Hello students, I welcome you again in this e-learning session. In my last lecture, we have started with the poem 2.4, Have You Earned Your Tomorrow? So this poem is full of questions, not just questions but probing questions. Means when we read the title and go through the poem, you will find lot of probing questions are there. Probing means which make us think, or when we read that particular question, our thought process starts. And after thinking, we try to check ourselves, introspect. We try to introspect regarding our behavior or our attitude, etc. Now, in first stanza of this poem, the poet inquires about your good behavior and actions. The first stanza states your good behavior and your actions. Then second stanza says or inquires into friendly greetings. Do you greet a friend in a friendly manner? Then kind actions. Are your actions kind and good behavior? Is your behavior good? So we have finished first two stanzas. Then we move on to next one. Again, you will find in this third stanza, again questions are there. Probing questions are there. The first line, can you say tonight, in parting with the days that's slipping fast? At the end of the day means at night. Tonight means at night. Can you say or state or can you declare or are you confident to say or declare or to assert that you helped a single brother of the many that you passed? What the poet says, can you say tonight, as the days are passing by, can you say or state or declare that in that particular day you helped a single brother or sister? Have you helped any brother or sister that you came across throughout the day? Now, here, when the word help comes, I remember a story of a good Samaritan, which is in the Bible. It is a parable. It is a kind of parable. The story is in the form of parable. So if you go through the Bible, you will find there are a lot of parables. Parable in Marathi we call it dakla, told by Jesus in the Gospel of Luke. To cut the story short, it is about a traveler who is stripped of clothing, beaten, and left half dead alongside the road. So the traveler was going on the road, and the thieves or some people they catch him, they beat him, they rob him, and there are many wounds on his body. He is bleeding heavily, and he is asking for help. Now there three people come. First is the Jewish priest, then the Levite, and then the Samaritan. Now, in the beginning, the priest goes to the road and he finds that man asking for help, who is bleeding or who is trying to get help. But the priest doesn't help him. He just looks at the man and he goes on his way. The second man is the Levite. The Levite also comes. He looks at that stranger, the passerby, and then he also doesn't help him, and he also goes away. Then the third person, he was the Samaritan. He happens upon the traveler and helps the injured man. So the third person, that is the Samaritan, or we can say good Samaritan, helps the injured man, means he takes him to the hospital, he gives him some kind of first aid and treatment. So the Good Samaritan means a compassionate person who unselfishly helps others. We must help others without any kind of intention or without any kind of gain. On the other hand, our help should be unselfish. Good Samaritan is a person who helps others in a random act of kindness. So I can also become a good Samaritan. You can also become a good Samaritan by helping others without expecting anything from the person whom you are helping. Jesus said, love your neighbor and help others. That is what Christianity is. That is what the poem is. The- Jesus said, love your neighbor. We should love your neighbor and help others. Why we should help others? Why we should help the neighbors? Do this. The Bible says, do this and you will live. If you want to live longer, your actions should be just, your words should be proper, you should not hurt anybody, you should not insult any person. In that way, if you live a life, naturally, your lifespan will increase. You will live longer. Then the second line says that you helped a single brother of the many that you passed. Single, not all. The poet is not expecting a lot of things from us. He is just trying to inquire that whether you have helped. He is not compulsing. There is no compulsion. There is no compulsion given by the poet in this poem. He just inquires that have you helped a single brother or sister who passed by? Then nowadays we find there is a trend. A trend has been set of helping the person who meets with an accident or drowning in water. What do people do nowadays? They try to take a video shooting. They try to shoot that incident without, instead of helping that person who is suffering or who met with a tragedy, they try to take a video of that and they try to post as early as possible. So this mentality of person should change. Instead of shooting that incident, instead of trying to upload that video on Facebook, YouTube, you should help that person. So this must stop. This mentality should stop. Then, line number 3 is a single heart rejoicing over what you did or said. Means, is there a single person who is rejoicing or who is happy for what you did or said? Again, the poet says, your actions, your words must bring some kind of happiness, some kind of joy, some kind of delight in the heart of that person. If not, then there is need for introspection, atma parikshan. There is a need for introspection. Is he or she happy because of your actions or words? If people are not happy with your actions or words, then the time has come for you to introspect and change your attitude. Means change your way of thinking and behaving. Are your actions or words bring happiness in the life of a single person at least? The poet wants to inquire, he wants to know, he is curious about you and your actions. He says, are your actions, are your words bring happiness, bring joy in the life of a single person at least? Not all, at least single person. You should help at least one person in a day. We should bring happiness in the life, in the heart of a person. That is what the poet wants to know or inquire. Then line number 4, does a man whose hopes were fading now with courage look ahead? See, very important line. Does a man whose hopes were fading now with courage look ahead? Means what? Are you successful in bringing some kind of hope in the life of a single human being? It is very necessary. Nowadays, we are suffering from pandemic and COVID-19. People are afraid. There is no hope in life of the people. They are getting discouraged. In this, at this time, what we should do? We should try to bring hope in the life of people. Means we should give them encouraging words. We should stop talking negative things. We should try to speak positive things so that some kind of hope, some kind of courage will that person gather and he will face the world. He will face the challenges of the world. Did you give strength and courage to the man without hope? Are your words, are your actions giving strength and courage to the man who doesn't have any hope? Does he start facing the world and its challenges with courage? So we should try to bring courage, hope in at least one person so that he can stand, he can face the world which is full of challenges. Is that person start looking at future with a positive attitude? We should think in positive way. At the same time, we should try to bring positive things in the life of others. So positive attitude is very important when we are facing negative things in and around our society. So if we conclude that third stanza, we can say that the third stanza is concerned with helping others. We should help others, if not all, at least one person. Now, stanza number 4, the poet says, again you will find a lot of questions are there, and they are probing questions. Did you waste the day or lose it? Was it well or sorely spent? The poet is asking the reader, did you waste the day? Did you lose the day? Or was it well? Was it well spent? Or was it sorely spent? Sorely, the word is wasted. Have you wasted your day? The poet asks the reader by asking a question as to how he or she spent his day. How was your day? How you spent it? Was it well? Was it good? Or sorely spent? Or you wasted it? Now see, we all are busy with our day-to-day activities, okay? We try to solve our own problems. The poet inspires us to bring happiness in the lives of others. The poet motivates us by that first line. The poet motivates us to help at least one person in a day so that your day will not be wasted. Now, throughout the day, we do all sorts of things. We go to work, we earn money, we give different types of examinations. But if you have not helped any of the person throughout the day, then it is wasted. No matter how wealth you earn, no matter how success you get, but if you have not helped any of the person which you come across, then that whole day is wasted. Did you waste the day or lose it? Was it well or sorely spent? So you have to think that if I want to earn tomorrow, on my one day, I will have to look at the day and I will have to spend it properly. Line number two. Did you leave a trail of kindness or a scar of discontent? See, very important line. Were you kind to that person? The meaning is, were you kind to that person? Have you left a path of kindness? Have you left a path of kindness for others to follow, or a scar of discontent? Or have you brought discontent to the people? Are people dissatisfied because of you? Is there anyone who is dissatisfied because of you? Means you'll have to check whether I am kind, are my actions kind, or am I bringing discontent, dissatisfaction in the lives of people? Have you made people happy because of your act of kindness? The meaning of that second line. Have you made people happy because of your act of kindness, or are they discontent, or are they dissatisfied because of your act? Did you leave a trail? Trail means path of kindness which others can follow, or a scar? Scar means wound of discontent, dissatisfaction for others. Again, when we read these questions, we start thinking about our behavior, about our actions, or are my actions bringing happiness in the lives of others? So all these are probing questions. Then line number three, as you close your eyes in slumber, do you think that God would say, at night, no, we throughout the day we work hard and then at night we go to sleep. At night, when you close your eyes to sleep, slumber means sleep. Do you think that God will speak to you and say, very important line. When you sleep, when you close your eyes, are you sure? Do you have a guarantee that God will speak to you? God would say. So God speaks to those people who are righteous, those who believe in Him, those who act according to the teachings given in the holy books. So, are you sure? Is there any guarantee that God would say to you, God will speak to you? Because at the end, our actions will be judged. Means at the end means when we will die, and then when second coming of Jesus Christ. So every human being will be judged according to his deeds, actions, and words. So in our last lecture, I have already told you that this poem has a Christian belief, or we can say a biblical touch, which makes us think again and again. It makes us introspect. It makes us to change our attitude, to change our thinking and our behavior. That's why the poet says, as you close your eyes in slumber, when you sleep, is there a guarantee that God would say, means are your actions just? Have you did good things throughout the day so that God will say, God would say, possibility, God would say You have earned one more tomorrow by the work you did today. See, very important line. First line of the poem, have you earned your tomorrow? And last line, the poem closes with the same line, but he is asking questions. See, first line is assertive. First title of the poem is assertive statement. Have you earned your tomorrow? Then the poet says, you have earned one more tomorrow by the work you did today. If your actions are proper, then naturally God will say that I am adding one more day in your life. You have earned one more tomorrow by the work you did today. Because of your work, because of your actions, because of your kind words, because you help people, you help the needy. That's why you have earned one more tomorrow by the work you did today. God will say, you have earned one more tomorrow, that is one more day because of your actions, because of your deeds. You can live longer because of your actions, your deeds, your words, and your behavior towards others. So you have to check whether my actions, deeds, my behavior, my words are proper. Are they acceptable to God? Then only you can live longer. In short, you will live longer because of your deeds and actions. We can live a long life, a healthy life, only because of our actions, deeds, and also our words. Therefore, students, if we summarize this poem, we can say that the poet hopes that everyone does what they can to bring hope and courage to those who do not have it. We have to bring hope and courage in the life of the people. We should not discourage them. The poem concludes with the speaker reminding the reader that it is up to God whether or not you have a tomorrow. So everything is in the hands of God, and it is up to God whether to add one more day in your life. Okay, so here ends the poem. But before ending my lecture, I will analyze the poem. If you want, you can write. So this poem has four stanzas, okay? And total 16 lines are there. Each stanza is separated into four lines. You can see there. Each stanza or paragraph is separated into four lines, or we can call it quatrains. 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 Each quatrain has consistent rhyme scheme. Each quatrain means each stanza has a rhyme scheme. Okay. Now the rhyme scheme is in first stanza it is A B. First stanza A. Second stanza C. Third stanza D. And last stanza F. That is the rhyme scheme of the poem. The noteworthy repetition sound of AY. You'll find there is a repetition of sound AY uh, that appears in first stanza, second stanza, and fourth stanza. Repetition of AY sound, first stanza, second stanza, and fourth stanza. After the title, Have You Earned Tomorrow? The text is marked by questions. In all, there are total 11 questions that are directed to the readers. They are probing questions. Each stanza contains at least two questions which probe at one's treatment of others. They probe, means they make us think deep about how we treat others. The probing questions make us think as to how we spend our days. The questions ask, how are we spending our days? They make us introspect and in order to change our attitude. The question makes us introspect in order to change our attitude, our behavior. The poem gives inspiration and hope. It has a biblical touch and tells us what Christianity is. So, students, here we end with the poem, Have You Earned Your Tomorrow? And then we'll discuss in my next lecture brainstorming, that is page number 113. Thank you very much for listening.